It's not a foot, it's
What do you
feet.
eat the feet?
Very delicious.
Is it good?
It's very good.
3 countries, 6 nights, under 250 quid each. Come with us to Cyprus, Armenia and Georgia.
Bags heavy.
So here we go then.
We had to use public transport as we were flying and returning from different airports.
That also helped us save a load on airport parking.
The buses were so cheap, just £12.50 from Cardiff to London.
So, with our backpacks on, we walked down to our local train station. Going by public transport meant that we had a bit of time to kill.
We'd gotten into Cardiff about 11ish, but our bus to London wasn't until 1:45.
And honestly, the overnight bus was one thing that neither of us were looking forward to.
4 hours on a Flixbus in the middle of the night is not exactly the dream start to any trip.
Once we were through security,
Obviously I quite like that perfume.
we checked the departures board and made sure that our flight was still on time. Gatwick's gates are quite away from the terminal, so we had to make our way pretty quickly to get to our EasyJet flight to Paphos. There was a nice little bonus waiting for us once we got onto the plane. We had a row of 3 seats between just the 2 of us. This flight was ridiculously cheap. We had paid £18.49 each from Gatwick to Paphos with EasyJet, and we booked it about 6 weeks in advance. Although it doesn't look like I enjoyed that flight, I can assure you I did.
Flight time was around 4 hours and 15 minutes. Not too bad.
We landed at around 1:45. We'd lost a couple of hours along the way due to the time difference, but having had some sleep on both the bus and the flight, we felt good.
And definitely ready to make the most of what we were calling a 5-hour mini break in Cyprus.
As we only had a few hours here, instead of rushing into Paphos, we took a 5-minute taxi to a little town called Timi. It was cheaper, easier, and meant we could actually sit down, grab lunch, have a drink or two, and not watch the clock.
Although when we got out of the taxi we were unsure if we'd made the right decision.
Timi was deserted.
Thankfully we soon found an open bar.
Obviously, when you're in Cyprus, you have to try the halloumi, even if you completely forget to film any of it. My bad, rookie mistake.
We only had a few hours in the country, so we just wandered around Timi. It was super quiet, but I think that was more the time of year than anything else.
We found one last bar and had a quick drink, or two, and then headed back to the airport, ready for the second flight of the day. There were plenty of cats in Cyprus.
We arrived back at the airport and had about 90 minutes until our flight.
We were excited to be boarding our second flight of the day and heading off to Armenia. We'd managed to get enough sleep along the way to feel pretty good, and even though it was a short stop, we'd really enjoyed our first time in Cyprus, especially the food. We'll definitely go back again.
It was just a quick 2-hour flight to Yerevan and it cost us only €19.99 each.
After that very bumpy landing, passport control was surprisingly quick. I'd already set up an eSIM and Yandex Go.
Which is the Armenian version of Uber.
So we ordered a taxi for about £3 instead of the airport price of nearly 12.
Half an hour later we were in the city.
It was about 1 in the morning by the time we finally checked into the hotel. One thing worth mentioning, we've got Revolut cards and they've never been an issue before, but for some reason the hotel card machine just wouldn't accept them.
They were really lovely and understanding, and we offered to pay with cash the next day, which they were absolutely fine with.
This was our hotel, the Phoenix, right in the centre of Yerevan. As you can see, it was clean, tidy, and actually a lot bigger than we had expected, especially with the sofa area.
It was about £40 a night, room only, which we thought was fab.
Yeah, we could have gone much cheaper on the hotel, but we wanted somewhere modern and somewhere comfortable. We managed to grab another little nap on the plane, so even though it was 1 in the morning local time, our bodies were still on UK time. around 9 o'clock, so we popped out for a beer.
In Liverpool, apparently, at the Beatles pub.
And then a 24-hour kebab pretty much rounded the night off. We didn't film us eating the food, but the kebab wraps were excellent, and they cost us just £2 each. If you're enjoying this so far, please feel free to like or subscribe. I've been captured by a man. He's gone away now, but he's bought me coffee. I've only just got outside the hotel. Good morning. So I've been out to try and get us both a coffee, and I managed to get 3 steps out of the hotel room and got accosted by a lovely man who bought me a coffee but didn't get you a coffee. We didn't get until 3 AM and it is now 11:30. We'd managed to get some cash out and pay the hotel.
We got ready and headed out to find some coffee.
I was already sorted after my free one earlier, but Lauren was still very much in need of a proper caffeine hit. We noticed a lot of stray cats around the city.
I did stroke most of them, and I'm not sure if this was wise, but how could I not pet them?
And we also bumped into the odd beggar, but not too many.
After what felt like hours, we finally found somewhere, the Tavern Yerevan. It did have good reviews and it looked quite pretty.
Tell me why this man is just staring at us. It was nearly lunchtime after the coffee, so we went for a wander to find some food. The first bar looked a bit fancy, so we just had a Bloody Mary, and we asked ChatGPT to point us towards something cheaper and a bit more local.
On the way to lunch, we walked past the National Opera and Ballet House, which had a nice rink set up outside.
We gave it a miss, as a broken leg on the first full day would have been foolish. So, we ended up at Meataga for lunch, on ChatGPT's recommendation.
It's a small, no-faff restaurant about a 5-minute walk from the Opera House.
They specialise in lahmacun, which is like an Armenian pizza. We shared a mince and cheese one between us, had a couple of beers, and tried some dumpling things called ishli kufta. Cheers, darling.
For our first lunch in Armenia, it wasn't a bad start. One thing we did notice is that pretty much everywhere in Yerevan seems to add a service charge, which is usually 10 to 15%. That's even in places that you just have a drink.
This came to 4,600 Armenian dram plus the 12% service, which worked out at roughly a tenner in English pounds. We scored it a good 8 out of 10, so it's definitely worth a visit if you're nearby. After lunch, we walked up towards the Cascade complex. One look up after eating though, and we decided to save that climb for tomorrow.
Most of Yerevan's sites are all within walking distance of the centre.
From here the day kind of ran away with us. The light had faded early and the drinks kept flowing. Let's add a little drinks counter to the screen. It's not big or clever and definitely not a recommendation, but it just explains how the rest of the afternoon, evening and night went.
And yes, before anyone asked, we did also go for dinner.
After a handful of beers and after the sun had set, we headed back to the hotel for a quick freshen up before dinner. Are you ready for dinner, darling? Perfect. Armenian barbecue called korobats is a national dish. We thought it only made sense to try that for dinner.
We went over to this place called Vienna Ribs, which I know doesn't sound very Armenian and definitely doesn't sound like a barbecue place, but the menu did suggest otherwise.
I want steak next. I saw this chicken thing on the menu.
We're thinking about doing a wine tasting tomorrow.
Yes, we are.
We've ordered a glass of wine, Armenian style.
I mean, it looks yellow. It looks very Chardonnay.
I'm not a fan
Maybe
of
not in
Chardonnay.
this light. Don't smell it first.
Oh,
It's not terrible. It's actually, it's not bad at all.
it smells alright. I mean, the moustache looks worse than the wine taste. It's lovely.
Right.
I'll drink that.
So order a bottle. We got the bottle.
So we ordered our dinner, but then realised that we needed to add sides, so we've just had to request the menu back. Let's see what actually turns up. That looks really good. That's the steak, but I think I've over-ordered on the ribs. That looks massive.
Oh.
Thank you very much. Looks great. Oh, holy shit.
There's potatoes under that, babe.
Totally over-ordered. Apparently the ribs come with potatoes. Didn't know that. So we ordered some chips. And we're still waiting for some vegetables as well. I got mashed potato. Got enough to feed most of Armenia tonight. And then as soon as you speak, more food turns up. I feel like a reverse Michael Jackson. Do you know what I mean? Do you want to try some?
Not right now.
Not as tender as I'd expect. I thought they'd have been slower cooked, and they don't pull off the bone.
You got him.
Well, I was, as were you. But that's not what you just said a minute ago before I turned the camera
I think
on.
you might be speaking to that woman over there.
I'm giving the ribs a 6 or 7. No, 6. You just can't get them clean. How's your steak out of 10? What are you giving it?
5.
Yeah. And the weight was lovely. So, we had definitely over-ordered. The starters were good, the mains were fine, the wine was nice.
And yes, the wine is going on the drinks counter as well.
The total came to 36,000 dram, which felt pretty expensive compared to lunch. Was it worth it? Probably not. I think we'd try somewhere else next time. We took a wander through a little Christmas food market we'd found, but we didn't get anything as we were stuffed from dinner.
We found this little corner shop that seemed to have the world's supply of vodka under its roof.
Stopped for a couple of margaritas at this underground bar. We found a bar where no one was drinking. They were all just playing FIFA.
It wasn't for us.
And as we hit double digits on the drink counter, we found ourselves in a truly Armenian style bar. It defined the experience for us.
People were just having a great time dancing the night away.
Even with a dozen drinks on board, you weren't going to catch me doing that leg dancing.
This is the moment where our evening went Pete-tong.
We started talking with this guy, forgive me, we can't remember his name, but him and his buddy suggested we come with them for some more drink.
So we finally find a bar in Yerevan where it's very much up our street. And this one here
No.
says, shall we go back to the hotel?
Bedtime.
I say one more drink. One more drink.
Playing.
Put it in the comments if you think we should have another drink.
No. We did have another drink, and somehow ended up on the other side of town with these guys. 3 Persian lads who were working and living in Yerevan.
Welcome to Armenia. It's Persian.
It was about 5 in the morning and we ordered a lahmacun, which was pretty much the only thing on the menu that we definitely recognised. This seemed to be the Armenian, or maybe Persian, version of a post-drink kebab. Babe, how are we doing?
Not good.
You want to eat some cow's foot?
No, he's for
Yeah.
you, yeah?
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
come on, man.
This stuff is called Khash. Lauren said she liked it, although at 5 in the morning, and with the amount we'd had to drink, I'm not convinced she'd order it again sober. It's basically slow-boiled cow's foot soup, usually made with tripe. Ugh. Return A to hotel. It's 6:30 a.m. Oops.
So this was our last full day in Armenia, and we didn't wake up until about 3 in the afternoon.
We were feeling a little fragile and slightly annoyed with ourselves for wasting a good chunk of the day, especially when time in the city was limited and we had decided to sleep through most of it.
And to top it off, I'd managed to hurt my foot.
From all the walking, or possibly the stumbling, hard to say.
ChatGPT recommended Syon Park for lunch, but there wasn't actually much food going on when we got there.
There was loads of art though, and some of it was really impressive.
We're not too sure if it's always like that or if we just got lucky, but it was really lovely to see.
After Syon Park, we headed back to the Cascade complex.
That's why yesterday we'd confidently planned a race to the top.
Today, slightly hungover, that felt like a much worse idea, but we decided to go for it anyway.
I took the sensible option and tried to use the escalators and the lift.
You ready? 3, 2, 1, go. I took the steps in the rain. Oh god, here we go.
So I'm just walking in now, trying to find the lift.
What happened?
Had a panic attack.
Where did you get to?
1 floor.
The escalators were a bit fast for you, weren't they?
The escalator's not for me, I'm frightened of them anyway. I thought there would be a lift.
There's no
There
lift.
wasn't.
So, with the race technically over and no winner declared, mainly because Lauren had decided the escalators were absolutely not happening, we walked back down the Cascade complex instead and had a wander around the park at the bottom. There were loads of statues by different artists down there.
The lion made out of tyres was a definite favourite.
Time for our last lunch in Yerevan. We picked a restaurant pretty close to where we'd had the lamajun the day before, and it looked really authentic.
So naturally we both ordered burgers.
Blame the hangovers. We did at least add an Armenian cheese board so we could say we tried something local. The burgers were pretty average if we're being honest.
The cheese board got mixed reviews. I loved the one that looked like cheese strings, however I hated the one with mint in. Mint is not for me.
I liked one of the bigger cheeses, but the cheese string one was way too sour for me.
Oh god, I love that.
I finished it off with an Armenian coffee. Strong, weird and very bitty. Can't complain at all that food and drink though for around 20 quid.
After lunch we went back to the hotel for a quick nap and decided to try the Christmas market for dinner. We didn't want anything too heavy and we did like the idea of street food. We'd seen it the night before on our way back from the ribs place.
We started with a glint wine, basically mulled wine. Not quite German Christmas market level though.
And it was basically fresh corn with just butter on. Honestly, it was lush.
Then I tried a hot dog where they pushed the sausage down into the bun. I hate ketchup, so it was mustard and mayo for me, and it was actually really good. I also briefly pretended it was my willy because I'm such a child.
I finished the evening with churros and chocolate dipping sauce, which I've never had before, but did think they were a 10 out of 10.
So we're just in this bar called Mamma Mia, and we've decided to have a nice little cocktail.
Why are we having a vodka?
Because every single cocktail has whiskey in it, and we don't like whiskey.
Fucking hell. We went for a wander around the local supermarket.
It was after the supermarket that we made probably the worst decision of the entire trip.
Just a snack before bed.
It had been about 3 hours since we'd left the Christmas market, and with a long day of travel coming up next morning,
A minibus to Tbilisi.
well, I went for a chicken shawarma wrap.
And I chose a chicken burger.
Yeah, that turned out to be a mistake. Been sick 3 times. We're going back to the hotel room. Cold.